哥呀，这么好的差事交了我们，真是大造化！
大个屁！这一路挑担磨尖，骨头都累折了。你只快些走吧，休要误了我吃酒。
我闻到那妖婆有些个怪癖，8节40都要进补，每次进补必要成亲。有次夫人来此贺喜，挑了面宝镜做礼，名为照古镜。
且慢，
照古镜，我记得夫人时常念叨，言语间好生可虚来。
哎，你听我说完后话。那妖婆拿镜子一照，就失了神，转身就把镜子扔了。夫人因此生了闷气，便不再亲自过洞了。
捣鼓可没完，老子一路上叫都追不上来。
谁在里面？好大胆！无人的河里也敢动！
Oh wow. What happened? Oh. Pixie? Someone already beat up these guys.
这年头，躲在哪里都没个清静。哪里来的女菩萨？快下来说话！这就走了？害羞什么呀？
Oh, come on, Pixie. You can't be flirting with that woman, can you? Clearly she killed those guys. Whatever they are. This is where we came from. Wow, I can go back quite a long way. To get a secret. Not a secret, but a reward. Where are we now? How did we come into this predicament? Our plan was to hide inside the crates and let the demons take us to where exactly? What is this place? Is this nightmare fuel again? Please don't. Okay, I see a building. Quite a few buildings. This might be a village of some sort. Very peaceful. It's nighttime, that's a first. Now that lady...
似是个有人烟的去处，瞧一瞧。
where do you see smoke? Over there, perhaps? Oh, this looks very proper.
这鬼地方哪里还有人住？只剩下不济事的妖怪变着法子欺我们。只说到这儿来，可你瞧瞧。 虫儿也欺人呢。
Come on, don't just complain.
神人，什么物件？叫老猪也开开眼。
It's just some herbs. Relax. Oh. 蓝喜村。
这里还和从前一样，一点儿没变。老猪，我
You know this place? Sorry, Pixie, you need to take care of that. What is this? It looks grotesque. What the heck is that thing? I'm so glad you're here. But honestly, you were no help against Yellowbrow. Oh, hello. Guards? Maybe we should go into the front gate like normal people. Oh! Oh! Pixie! Oh shit! Poison. Great. Oh, hello. Oh, poison. More poison. No, no! Holy crap, this one's big. Oh, thank you, Pixie, Pixie, yeah. Heal me. This goes back, okay. What about this guy? Yeah, this is also an enemy. Okay, Pixie is not asking any questions. That poor lantern. What?
这好，这好，我老人家也活得这么久，是该喜欢些香的艳的。哎，我没成算，明知你这猴子不识趣，与你说这些干嘛？哎呀，罢了罢了。
I can't speak or express any emotions. That's so sad. This one looks formidable.
现在求饶，全。
Oh! Clones. Oh, freaking F! Let's deal with this one first.
“入这般斋，老猪若是再胖些，就过不得喽。”
Don't exaggerate, you're so small.
此处门路大开，必有埋伏。
Oh, ambush. Okay, maybe go the other way first. Damn. There are some people here, right? Yeah, just some small fry. Or maybe I should make it so that my wine can restore mana again. Oh, I can't. Well, I can, but I would need to go back to Zodiac Village, which I do not want. What is this? That is the immeasurable bad? Why is this new? Is this new? Huh, I don't know. Never mind. So many lost souls.
快些快些，将那香笼打开，定有宝贝。
Yeah, but this is definitely an ambush spot, isn't it? You wanna do the honors?
摸了宝贝。
Are you okay? Oh! Oh! Spiders. Oh god, that's a lot of spiders. Hello. Holy crap. Oh, don't. Ouch. Oh, they explode. That's why there are so many souls here. To fill up my gourd. Thank you. I'm full, actually. Nice. Are you okay, Pixie? I swear, if anything happens to Pixie, I'm gonna rage. Kill everyone. Okay, let's move on. A well. Oh, there's a chest here. Didn't even see that. Just some money, things to sell. Okay, you say there's an ambush here somewhere? No? Everything's fine. Oh, never mind. What the heck? Oh! Oh, that's a lot of enemies, actually. Ow! Ouch. Health. Oh, I missed! I miss. What the? Oh, freaking F. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Drink. I don't have any mana anymore. Who else? Oh, God. Do they explode when they die? No. Now you can deal with it, right? I'm gonna explore this area. Oh shit. Oh. What is that? Oh, Pixie. Thanks for the help. I almost mistook you for something. Oh god, what is... Pixie, would you stop seeking fights? What are these? Spiders. Oh frick. Let me just attack from afar. Oh my god, what happened here?
这还有我老猪没见过的果子。
Some fruits? Did you just eat it?
不好吃。
What if it's toxic? Okay. What is that? Either a boulder fell on someone's head or this person has a boulder as a head. Oh, I knew it. Oh, what a...
我是爬，我是凡间之物。
Oh shit! It can fly or float. Oh, too far away. Oh shit, I'm poisoned. Maybe I should let Pixie heal me up. I think he always heals me up when my health goes lower than a certain threshold. Oh, shrine, thank you. Yes, this is the way forward, I suppose. What, knock on the door? Wait, is this someone's residence or something? It's another enemy. Why did I not hit? Oh, what is that? Nice. Is there anything else here? Yes. Okay. Then let's pray at a shrine. Oh, cobwebs and little spiders. Oh, I don't like that. A golden mask. Golden body, angry eyes mask. This is called. Interesting. Okay, okay. Looks good. Looks pretty good. But this does not increase anything. This does not increase anything. That's kind of useless, isn't it? Plus 11 defense, plus 8. Plus 11. Okay, let's... Oh, they all need golden threads. This only needs 1 golden thread, but this one needs 2. Both provide 11. This one's easier or less expensive to make. But if I equip 2 of them, if I use my treasure, my magical weapon, or my transformation, I can increase my attack power for a little bit. If I attack or kill an enemy, I can get more energy. I guess energy to transform. I can craft this one. Sure, why not? And also, I don't want to equip my... Okay, let me rest. Let me also change my wine. This one again. So I get mana restoration and also... Do I get mana restoration? Yes, I get mana restoration. Okay. What did I want to do? Yeah, my magical weapon. Let's use the Wind Taming Pearl. Cool. More defense and defense. I've got a lot of defense. Okay. Okay, let's take some time to read through the enemies. It's gonna be quite a bit to read, I think. We haven't, like all of chapter 2. Captain Lotus Vision. All things are by nature void, there is no wax or wane. For pride and arrogance, your golden form is shattered. From the rift shines Buddha's light, majestic and boundless. With the glaring rays flashing, startling, breaking, you forget the teachings and fall into the false. You are alone, isolated, crippled, dancing, prancing like a deity or ghost, no less. Here the wise go mad, the brave turn bad, the kind face duress. Tainted by worldly lust, your practice is in a mess. May your body enlighten the world and quell your proud and overbearing, merging light and darkness. Okay, that was very cryptic. All the captains, or the demonic generals as I call them, are cryptic. You know what? Let's just skip over these. Don't think these are interesting. Oh, the 4th demonic general is not even listed here. Apramana Bat, the immeasurable bat, dwelling in a Buddha's form, with wings to ride the wind storm. An iron heart through toil it sings, a golden shell in splendor it springs. Years ago, in mountains remote, there was a small temple built by the local villagers. The temple was unattended, housing only a black statue with dried lamps and an empty censer. One day, a wandering swordsman passed by and decided to spend the night in the temple before continuing his journey. As he was drifting off to sleep, he suddenly heard the sound of wind behind him. Opening his eyes slightly, he saw the statue on the altar sprout wings and take flight. The creature had scythe-like claws on its feet. Terrified, the swordsman quickly rode over, drew his sword, and engaged in a fierce battle with the statue, eventually slaying it. And someone got lucky. Oh, it's supposed to be a Buddha statue, but transformed. Okay, let's skip the frog thing. Old ginseng guai. Scatters o'er the mountain's crest, rich soiled births dew of the best. 7 ounces common, 8 ounces rare, a slight difference fortunes lay bare. The story was told by a pharmacist in the city, and it concerns a secret about his cousin's family. The cousin's ancestors were originally ginseng gatherers in the mountains. For some unknown reason, they abandoned their old craft and became woodcutters. Although the family was not wealthy, everyone lived long lives. From a young age, the cousin often saw a shabby, unkempt old man visiting their home. Whenever he came, the family would prepare a lavish meal and fine wine for him to enjoy alone. At the time, the cousin despised the old man, thinking he was a freeloading drunkard who seldom spoke and often caused trouble when drunk. One day, the old man visited again for a drink, while the cousin's great-grandmother fell gravely ill with typhoid fever, seemingly on the brink of death. Upon hearing about her critical condition, the old man went into the courtyard, reached into the ground with both hands, and out-crawled numerous vines. Among the vines grew a smaller seedling that quickly matured, blossomed, and bore fruit. The old man pulled it out, revealing a millennium ginseng. After the great-grandmother drank the ginseng soup, she miraculously recovered and remains healthy to this day. It was on that day that the cousin seemed to come to a realization and began to treat the old man with great respect, as if he were a member of the family. The cousin once invited the pharmacist to move to the mountains and live with him, but the pharmacist flatly refused. The pharmacist explained, although your family enjoys longevity, they live on bland meals every day, and life in deep mountains are too lonely. I still prefer to live in a city, hence I cannot go with you. Just take the story as a fun anecdote. The pharmacist? Who's the pharmacist? Oh, the story was told by a pharmacist in the city. A secret about his cousin's family. Oh, I see. And the pharmacist's cousin invited him to move to the mountains, but he refused. That old man must be the old ginseng guai, but we killed him. That's not good, is it? Let's read about the macaque chief first, the red-rumped horse monkey. Once chief among the ranks, his countenance dark, in crimson silk pants a striking mark. With icy blows he mocks their plight, adjusting with his foes left in a fright. The macaque chief knelt with his back hunched, folding his dark wings before the golden Buddha statue at the feet of Yellowbrow. Yellowbrow raised his hand, pinching the feathers and said, "Such crude methods, the one who dared to use them on you monkeys was truly ignorant of the ways of the world." With that he waved his spine-shaft cudgel, and specks of will poured over the macaque chief, shining like the galaxy. The black wings trembled and retracted. The macaque chief was stunned and reached to touch his back, and overjoyed. Yellowbrow laughed heartily. "You were a chief under Sun Wukong. Now that he's dead, you need not wonder anymore. I am rebuilding the new Thunderclap Temple to save all from suffering. Why not stay here?" Seeing the macaque chief hesitate, Yellowbrow continued, "I know you have endured much hardship. To rank among the high, one must first toil among the low. You have already been low and toiled. Now join me, and my teachings will elevate you among the highest." The macaque chief scratched his head, seeming tempted. Yellowbrow added, "In this world, the weak are often oppressed, while the strong act with impunity. The suffering you endured was ultimately due to a lack of power. Think about it. If you had the abilities of that monkey who wreaked such havoc in the Celestial Palace, it would have been others who would have suffered." Recalling the bitterness and hardship of the past years, the macaque chief couldn't help but shed tears. He quickly prostrated himself at the feet of the fat monk, kowtowing repeatedly. Yellowbrow laughed heartily and fastened the sack at his waist and placed the macaque chief inside. "Very well, I will teach you now," he said. And instead, Yellowbrow completely brainwashed this monkey, making him lust for blood or something. Okay, now we have a couple of monks, non-white. A jester's face with powder white, a cunning form, both sly and slight, boldly plays the leading role, yet remains an actor lost in the whole. In the village of Torlor, there was a small opera troupe of about a dozen members. Watching their performances was considered the most luxurious entertainment within miles. Among the troupe was an actor who specialized in playing the jester. He always painted his face white, and the villagers would snicker whenever they saw him. The jester was deeply frustrated. Since childhood, he had dreamed of playing a heroic role on stage. To join the troupe, he had worked as an unpaid servant for the troupe leader for years. For a year. He trained tirelessly, regardless of the weather or his health, yet he ended up being the subject of ridicule. The jester suggested a role switch. However, everyone said he lacked the righteous aura needed for such a heroic role. Disbelieving their words, the jester took on the role of a hero without notifying the cast during the performance and beat up the hero on stage. The audience was furious. They destroyed the stage and left without paying. The jester was condemned by the troupe, while the beaten hero was comforted. In a fit of rage, the troupe leader expelled the jester from the group. Despite much reflection, the jester couldn't understand why he suffered such reprimand. Eventually, he concluded that it was his appearance that was the problem. Thus, with two poisoned daggers, he waited in an alley and killed the hero actor. He peeled the man's face and wore it, hoping to take over his life. The next day, when it was time for the hero to appear on stage, the jester, wearing the actor's face, stepped forward and sang passionately. Initially, the audience was deceived, but later they were horrified. Believing the jester had gone mad, they tied him up and sent him to a temple 1,000 miles away for seclusion. Upon seeing him, the abbot of the temple was overjoyed. He named the jester non-white, and even created a unique practicing technique combining poison and frost for him. The abbot told him that a Destined One would come and help him master the technique, and he could become a true hero if he could wear the face of the Destined One. From the day on, no one dared to walk the mountain path guarded by non-white, fearing they might encounter him wearing someone else's face. Oh my god, that explains his behavior and speech. I guess white here does indeed mean white, huh? White symbolizing the jester role in the opera. Next one, non-pure. A white heart, a plump form, a belly so grand, a fierce look, drooping lips, a visage implant. Steadfast as a mountain, he stays still, from tall sea heights guarding the temple's hill. In the vast sky, snowflakes drifted down, covering the exquisite palaces and towers and blanketing the mountain ridge year after year without ceasing for a moment. In stark contrast to this relentless snow, non-pure was someone who constantly sought to shirk his duties and laze around. One day, when non-pure was on guard in the side hall, ready to respond to his master's call at any moment, he heard the sounds of a fight outside. Thunder Rhino Master came running to report that some unknown Yao Guai from the mountains was trying to force his way in to see their master. Non-pure nonchalantly replied, "You go out and deal with him first. I'll grab my spade and join you shortly." After Thunder Rhino Master left the side hall, Non-Pure sat back down on his meditation cushion, reclining lazily. Outside, the demons loudly demanded to see the Buddha of the future and to become his disciple, while the sounds of the fight grew more intense. Thunder Rhino Master returned to ask for help again. Non-Pure stood up and said, "You and the two overlords hold him off, don't let him in. My spade's blade is a bit dull. I'll come once I've sharpened it." After a while, the noise outside quieted down. Thunder Rhino Master came back to report that the demons seeking guidance had been accidentally killed by the overlords. Non-Pure praised, "You did well. Throw the body into the dry well so it doesn't dirty this place." Hearing this, Thunder Rhino Master sighed inwardly, lamenting the demons' ill fate. If another brother had been on guard, perhaps the demons might have actually met their master. Unexpectedly, when discarding the body, Thunder Rhino Master discovered that the Yao Guai had talismans for summoning fire and lightning stuck to his body, indicating he had come seeking revenge against their master. At this news, Thunder Rhino Master was both shocked and secretly relieved. Okay. Okay, just a random story. Non-able, wow, that guy, fuck this guy. Amidst the snow among so strange, before the war in northern winds range, with martial arts he seeks true Zen, binds his hands but not his spirit then. Non-able was unmatched in his martial arts skill, with no one in the temple able to rival him. One day, Yellowbrow summoned him and offered to teach him some skills. However, he replied, "Master, I believe my martial skills are sufficient to overcome any foe. There's no need for other skills." Yellowbrow laughed and said, "Your straightforward approach shows lack of adaptability. How can you progress further if you bind yourself in such a way?" Non-able responded, "Master, if I use methods I do not believe in to achieve victory, even if I win in the end, I will still feel like I did not win the fight and unable." Yellowbrow asked, "Do you not agree with your master's path?" Non-able replied, "Master, you have always taken the clever route, which is why it is difficult for you to attain Buddhahood. It seems you can do everything, but in reality, you can do nothing." Holy crap, he's got balls. Non-able chuckled softly at this. Yellowbrow chuckled softly and ordered Non-able hands to be tied behind his back, instructing him to reflect on his actions in front of the stone wall outside the temple. He thought that after a few days of kneeling, Non-able would let go of his stubbornness. However, Non-able remained resolute and to this day refuses to bow his head. That's the reason why he was outside of the temple, okay? But why did he attack me though? Non-void? Neither dead nor truly alive, a dreamer left behind. One step missed cost half a lifetime. Few disciples know when Non-void took his vows and became a monk. They only know that he was among the earliest to follow their master, making him the most senior and entrusted to many of the temple's affairs. He rarely left the hall, seemingly always engrossed in endless sutra recitations. He was also highly skilled in poetry and painting, having depicted various Buddhas in the West and the aspects of worldly life. Yet he never cherished his creations, often discarding them carelessly after finishing. When asked why, he would say, "I see no true self. Non-void is but void. It's all an illusion, so why hold on to it?" Though Non-void seldom left the hall, he enjoyed engaging others in debates about Buddhist doctrines. One day, Non-able approached him and asked, "Brother, is killing a sin?" Non-void replied, "Killing is a sin. But if it is for the sake of the greater good, then it is not a sin." Non-Ebo countered, "And what is the greater good?" Non-Void answered, "It is the realization of void, the fulfillment of virtue, ascending to the land of bliss." Non-Ebo questioned further, "Killing not only fails to resolve karma, but also creates more entanglements and obstacles. How can one ascend to bliss then?" Non-Void responded, "If I do not enter hell, who will? If not killing leaves harm for others, isn't that a greater lack of virtue?" Non-Ebo laughed. "Brother, you yourself said you would enter hell, which shows that killing is wrong no matter what. Good ones naturally receive blessings. There's no need for you to make things complicated." Non-Void hastily explained, "Entering hell is just a metaphor. The essence is to suffer for others." Non-Ebo interrupted, "Nonsense! Killing is killing, no need for all these convoluted justifications. Brother, the pretense behind justifying killing is the real sin." Hearing this, Non-Void was momentarily speechless, as if reminded of something from the past. From that day on, the two never debated again. But he didn't change his mind. Yeah, this is exactly what he asked me when I fought him. No, even before I fought with him. Is killing really wrong if it's for the greater good? Monk from the sea. Bitter Lake's expanse, no end in sight, the ferry of enlightenment he sought day and night. Low means made tempt, but yield no gain. True greatness takes flight in honor's domain. Years ago, Yellowbrow crossed the Bitter Lake on a towered ferry. Upon disembarking, he discovered some strange fish clinging to the ship's hull. These fish, known as Hurlor, had a single head but 10 bodies, making them bizarre and fearsome. When the fish saw Yellowbrow approaching, they wondrously bowed and made noises, indicating their desire to follow him and escape the Bitter Lake. Yellowbrow laughed and said, "With your strange forms, others would surely reject you, but I find it interesting to take in what ordinary people would not." With that, he accepted these strange fish as his disciples, clothed them, and taught them how to read and transform into human forms. He even allowed them to practice freely within the realm of the New West. One of the fish demons was particularly robust and had a fierce temperament. After mastering some techniques, he would ambush at various spots in the temple, waiting for opportunities to attack Yellowbrow when he went out, striking without mercy. Yellowbrow, however, enjoyed these encounters and would seriously engage in combat with the fish demon. Most of the time, he would simply sweep it out of the hall with a swing of his spike-shaft cudgel. Despite repeated defeats, the fish demon realized that close combat was futile. It independently devised a technique involving throwing snowballs with its limbs, hitting targets with uncanny accuracy. Once, in a forest of felicity, even Yellowbrow was hit several times by snowballs, nearly freezing into an ice block. Instead of getting angry, Yellowbrow was delighted and unprecedentedly bestowed a new title upon the Hurlor fish demon, Monk from the Sea. He then assigned it the task of cleaning the inner courtyard, which conveniently allowed it to ambush anyone it wished to, especially Yellowbrow himself. Though they followed the same master, the disciples' experiences and purposes in their practice varied greatly, leading to vastly different treatments. Interesting. Oh, that was really long. Oh, Kanjing Dragon. Yeah, this is one of the 12 constellations that helped Wukong in his fight against Yellowbrow. Halfway to the west the journey long, returning to the homeland where dreams belong, strengthened and weakened by the mighty Sek. Principles falter on a misguided trek. Kanjing Dragon... 28 constellations, not 12, sorry. One of the 28 constellations is the second constellation in the Azure Dragon of the East. With a sharp horn on her forehead, she once drilled through the gold symbols to rescue the great sage. Oops. Since then, the Constellation officers have upheld the principles of staying sharp, leading many immortals to believe that some strange influence had invaded their consciousness. What? Influence? One day during the roll call in the Dome of Stars, the Dawn Star was missing. Despite thorough inquiries, no one knew his whereabouts. Coincidentally, Yellowbrow returned to the New West to host a grand ceremony inviting various demons, gods, immortals, and Buddhas to attend. Hearing the news, Kangjin Dragon sought permission from the Heavenly Court and attended the ceremony, intending to secretly investigate the Dawn Star's disappearance. However, like the Dawn Star, Kangjin Dragon also vanished without a trace. The Constellation officers speculated and compared notes, realizing that both the Dawn Star and Kangjin Dragon had once done the Great Sage big favors. They suspected a connection with the Great Sage. Reflecting on their past interactions with the Great Sage, they grew fearful. Quemu Wolf scoffed, "Though that monkey ruined my plans, I still respect him. But you all, who always boasted about your friendship with that monkey, why are you silent now?" Oh, who is that Dawn Star this talks about? Yeah. When we first met Kangjin Dragon, she came out of the sack of Yellowbrow. If you remember, at that decoy temple on the lake. That small kiddo released her from the sack. So that's how she got brainwashed. Kangjin Star. Dragon Maiden, Kangjin Fair. White Horns by Emerald Sea. Ambition beyond mortal care. Grace unmatched, wild and free. Black and white entwine. Old friends hard to find. Under wind's blade and frost's cold blow. She dances still in swirling snow. Despite Kangjin Dragon's long wait, no Constellation officer defended to her aid. Yellowbrow laughed. "You, young lady, your high opinion of yourself is precisely why you've ended up like this, an utter loser." Kangjin Dragon replied, "As long as I haven't begged for mercy, winning or losing is irrelevant." Not antagonized, Yellowbrow said calmly, "You wouldn't take such a risk just for that lookout cockerel. You must be curious about that monkey." Kangjin Dragon remained silent. "I do have something of that monkey's right here in this sack." With that, he untied a sack from his waist. Kangjin Dragon recognized it as the sack that had once captured them and scoffed. "What's so special about it? It's not like I haven't been in it before." "Well, if you really want to know about him, you'll have to see for yourself." With that, Kangjin Dragon was sucked into the sack. As she entered the sack, she seemed to see a 10-tailed goldfish swimming towards her. Not long after, when Yellowbrow released her, the Constellation officer had become dazed and bewildered. Seeing this, Yellowbrow laughed heartily. "Well, is he still the hero you remember?" Kangjin Dragon asked, "Is he, along with all the bots and Buddhas in the heavenly realm, all like this?" Yellowbrow neither confirmed nor denied it. After a long while, Kangjin Dragon suddenly knelt on the ground and uttered, "Please, Master, accept me as your disciple." What did he show her? A 10-tailed goldfish. Oh! The last demonic general, why is he here? That's the one we didn't have to fight, right? The voice enlightens all. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I can't make sense of it, so. Cyan Dragon. With a sharp sword, Dragon's Light it is called, fishing alone in the bitterness nothing caught, the hidden dragon waits to soar the sky, and fall into the dust, its fame will fly. The boundless bitter lake, the Buddha's ferry, saves only the willing. Without the willingness, nothing can be done. The cyan dragon fishing alone on Turtle General's back is one such case. When the cyan dragon arrived in the New West seeking refuge, he briefly encountered Yellowbrow. Disliking Yellowbrow's teachings on the path to bliss, which he deemed utter nonsense, he knew better than to offend him if he wished to stay in his domain. Thus, he claimed his attention to fish in the bitter lake. If he could catch a living thing, it would signify his bond with ultimate bliss, granting him the right to remain in the blessed land undisturbed. Yellowbrow knew this was merely a stalling tactic, but found the idea amusing and agreed to it, with one condition. Once the fishing rod was cast, it could not be moved, so as the fisher. If he moves, it would prove that the cyan dragon had ulterior motives and was deceitful, and he would be immediately captured and sent to the dungeon. The cyan dragon readily agreed and kept his word. He transformed his dragon light sword into a hookless fishing rod, sat on a turtle's back, and did not move again. Every day the lesser demons would come to the turtle's back to check on him, expecting that he would not last long in the cold and hunger. But each time they came, they only saw the snow accumulating thicker and thicker on his body, until it completely covered him. The demons could not understand why he would endure such hardships when a simple bow or a bit of minor contribution to Yellowbrow could earn him a comfortable life. There truly are people in this world who would rather endure 1,000 hardships than abandon their lofty aspirations. They carry a world of their own in their hearts, unmoved by their circumstances. Last but not least, Yellowbrow himself. Indulging in desires, I am carefree. No fears, no sorrows, just pure glee. In land of bliss at the 8 precepts, I laugh with delight. Inherent nature blooms the tower of light. In the west, on the peak of Mount Lingsan, 2 men sat facing each other. Clouds billowed and the air crackled with tension. The young monk looked up at the sky, then pressed his palms together and bowed to another monk with brows yellow. Our masters are all here, brother. Are you ready? Oh, maybe this is Yellowbrow and the Golden Cicada? The Yellowbrow monk smiled and returned the bow. I have been ready for some time. The Ulambana assembly, held once every 500 years, had come to the stage of debate for graduating disciples. The young monk raised a hand, signaling his brother to ask the first question. Tell me, brother, what is the meaning of life? Said the Yellowbrow monk. To seek truth, replied the young monk. And what is truth? The way all things move, the primary law of the universe. The Yellowbrow monk said nothing but brought out a flower, its petals first drooping, gradually unfurled in glorious bloom. Gazing at the flower, he said, Observe it. By following its nature, it undergoes such wondrous changes. He then gently sniffed the flower and said, Every flower that blooms releases a unique fragrance. This is the essence of its life, bursting forth for its own propagation. He let go and the flower drifted away. To feel such a moment to the fullest, that is bliss. The young monk shook his head. A moment's pleasure leads to an eternity of pain, and one will be trapped in the cycle, never at peace. The Yellowbrow monk said, On my recent journey down the mountain, I saw parents who, driven by hunger, exchanged their children for food. I saw dissolute sons of wealthy families who, consumed by lust, brought ruin to the moral order. The young monk frowned, looking at his senior brother. The Yellowbrow monk continued, I saw learned scholars who, craving glory, suppressed the dissents. I saw great generals who, thirsting for gain, massacred entire clans. The young monk remained unshaken. He said evenly, "Brother, do you not see? Those parents who traded their child for a meal will regret it all their lives. Those dissolute sons living without restraint died in an instant with their joy. The scholars who suppressed dissent once they fell from power were reviled by all. The generals who loved slaughter, they could never rest easy, undone by their own sins." The yellow-brow monk retorted, "Nonsense!" The young monk was slightly taken aback. Nonsense? Oh, nonsense. That's the title of the song of the chapter 3 ending. Their struggle, their joy, their determination and their pleasure, their endless cycle of sorrow and ecstasy never cease and never sated, said the yellow-browed monk. And this is the very source of the boundless vitality across the 3 realms. How then should it not be the true meaning of all life? And those who set themselves up as false idols, given time, their pretensions are always unmasked. They become a joke in nursery rhymes and a laughingstock in the pages of history. Brother, why do you praise the suffering of karmic cycles as you spurn the truth of liberation and enlightenment? The yellow-brown monk said, "Brother, without joy and sorrow, what is there to enlighten?" The young monk said, "Where lies enlightenment? It is but suffering, plain and clear." The yellow-brown monk bellowed, "In pain one finds revel, and in revel, pain. Without both there is no redemption." This is the argument they had that led to their, I don't know, let's call it a bet, where Yellowbrow descended to the mortal realm as a beast, like the same beast we saw in the ending of chapter 3. Okay, characters. What kind of characters did we meet? Bodhisattva Lingji. Did we read this? The reasons behind his beheading were widely debated. Tiger Vanguard put it this way: "How could we, mere followers, dare to discuss the master's affairs? However, I once heard my father mention that our master despised that bodhisattva of some sort. Their so-called master-disciple bond. To me it was more about merely seeking protection. Being a demon, you gotta be pragmatic." I think we've read this, yeah. Turtle General. Completing Xuanwu's name, the turtle and the snake. Cycles end and cycles start, the Yaoguais they break. In frozen realms of ice and snow, they honor nature's call. United hearts in decay, better to die than living in pain. Wait, that did not rhyme. Okay. The New West above the Bitter Lake. The turtle and snake generals revealed their true forms. The turtle general, as massive as Mount Tai, landed in the sea, causing huge waves. The snake general, resembling the mythical Zhu dragon, coiled around a mountain ridge, shaking the earth. Yellowbrow showed no fear, wielding a spike-shaft cudgel, strong and flexible, engaging the two generals in fierce combat. The turtle sprayed water, the snake breathed fire, almost gaining the upper hand. Suddenly, Yellowbrow threw an object into the Bitter Lake, which transformed into a 10-tailed golden fish. Again, a golden fish! The fish grew rapidly upon contact with water, entangling the turtle general. The snake general intended to assist, but Yellowbrow untied a sack from his waist, releasing a strange beast. This creature had a gilded body and a Buddha's head, with sharp claws on its feet. Immeasurable bat? On the shore, it engaged in a fierce and evenly matched battle with the snake general. As the four clashed and shouted, Yellowbrow stood on a cliff, chanting. Suddenly, a freezing wind howled, and a heavy snowstorm descended, blanketing thousands of miles and freezing the lake's surface. Despite their immortality, the turtle and snake were bound by their natural instincts to hibernate in the cold. Gradually, they grew weary and exhausted, their eyelids heavy with fatigue. After countless rounds, the turtle general, unable to endure any longer, sank into the icy depths of the water. As he closed his eyes, the last scene he saw was the snake general, unable to escape the frost and icy blades, being cut into several chunks on the shore. Oh! The golden fish! And that's why it seemed so familiar. It's the artifact of the great sage. Oh, wow. The nose chases fragrance just as the mind craves ecstasy. Interesting. Green kept martialist. Grey and white ice and snow blanketed the entire mountain range. In a deep valley, there was a peculiar cave with a lush green watermelon field, thriving exceptionally well. A young monk was in the field picking melons, petting them here and there, but none seemed to satisfy him. Next to the watermelon field stood a strange man wearing a bamboo hat, watching the young monk pick watermelons. "My brother said that if there's a chance I can test the monkey on his behalf," he said. The young monk finally picked up a watermelon, weighed it in his hand and smiled. "This one's good, ripe and sweet. The one you mentioned, I've already checked him for you, he's good." The strange man replies, "If I don't test him myself, I won't be at ease to tell my brother about him." The young monk exerted his strength and split the watermelon in half. "Instead of feeling unease about him, I worry more about you, brother." The strange man pondered for a moment and said, "The thing is guarded by my brother. There's nothing to worry about." "The thing?" The young monk, munching on both halves of the watermelon, said non-committedly, "That thing tests the bearer's heart greatly. He has borne it alone for many years. Let's hope he doesn't fail at the last moment." Test the bearer's heart? What thing? What is the thing? The strange man quickly responded, "That's why, if this time that monkey succeeds, wouldn't it be the best of both of you? Wouldn't it be the best of both of you?" The young monk stopped, looking up at the strange man, who quickly bowed his head and apologized. The young monk laughed again, waved his hand and said, "Go, go, first pass my disciples' test, then we'll talk about the rest." Okay, the young monk, is it Yellowbrow or the actual Buddha? Keeper of the New West. We just saw him one time and that's it. The heavenly court often favors demons of plants and trees in the selection of keepers. The Keeper of the New West, however, was renowned for its being a feathered deity of wind. This keeper, unlike others, cared not for tending the soil or sowing seeds. Instead, he had a unique penchant for divination. Though he hailed from the West, chanting sutras was not his calling. His true talent lay in the ancient art of yarrow stalk divination, where he skillfully foretold fortunes and misfortunes. The New West was flanked by the Thorn Ridge to the east and the Seven Perils Mountain to the west, both treacherous places scarcely visited by travelers. Guarding this area, the keeper compelled every passerby to have their fortune told. After the guise of interpreting the divination, he would set up intricate traps. Travelers eager to avoid misfortune would unknowingly fall into the keeper's scheme. That's terrible! That's what he did to me! One day a traveler passed through, and the keeper as usual insisted on reading his fortune. The reading revealed a bad omen. Terrified, the traveler begged the keeper for a solution. The keeper, feigning mystery, claimed to have a secret method to turn misfortune into fortune, but it required a hefty payment. Desperate and believing him, the traveler handed over all his money. The keeper then directed him to a narrow, winding path, instructing him to proceed quickly. Following the keeper's advice, the traveler safely crossed the bridge and the mountain. Observing this, the keeper laughed and said, "The art of divination lies not in the omens but in the heart. Where the heart leads, there lies fortune or misfortune." The tale spread, leaving everyone amazed. From then on, those who passed through felt fortunate to have their fortunes told by the keeper. Okay, he changed his behavior, but he led me right into a trap. These are the animals. Chen Long, Chen Dragon. A scroll lay spread out on the desk, surrounded by 4 figures: a skinny monkey, a mangy dog, an old dragon, and a fierce tiger. The old dragon asked, "The sacred divinity sent us such a treasure. Do you know his intent?" "Oh, sacred divinity, that must be Arlang." The skinny monkey laughed strangely. "I don't know. Maybe it's meant to be hung up for decoration. If you don't want it, I'll trade it for wine." The mangy dog, holding a palm fan, paced around the desk twice and said, "We were banished to the mortal realm because of the great sage's affair. Undoubtedly, it must be related to this. However, his voice trailed off, unsure how to proceed. The fierce tiger, frustrated by the dog's hesitation, asked, "Do you mean to say, is he here to help or to harm?" The mangy dog fanned himself and retorted, "Such profound matters cannot be spoken of so crudely." The old long asked, "What's on your minds?" The skinny monkey lounged in his seat and said, "Not to help, not to help. I'm just a drunkard. What good can I do but earn some wine money? The rest is none of my concern." With that, he closed his eyes and pretended to sleep, saying no more. The fierce tiger chuckled and added, "I only know how to smith. If someone comes seeking my help, I assist them, and that's all." The mangy dog, growing anxious, explained, "Why are you all cowering in fear? We used to act justly. Look at us now. As if things could possibly get any worse. I will lend my aid. I will lend my aid." The old dragon quickly intervened. "Brother, patience. We understand your intention. We need a plan, so if the sacred divinity reprimand us, we have a response." He paused, and the other 3 nodded in agreement. He continued, "Since we are of the same plan, let's proceed accordingly. Each of us should prepare and set off on an appointed day." Okay, Arlang sent them the scroll, the painting, the Zodiac village. It must be related to the great sage. Arlang is helping them. And in turn, they are helping me. Shen Monkey. In Chang'an City stood the Temple of the Wild Goose Pagoda. Not far from its gates lived a diligent temple goer named Hao De-sung. I think we've read this. Yeah, in the dark we've read this also. Interesting. But the Yin Tiger is not here. For some reason. Maybe we need to defeat him before he shows up. Okay.